where we get to talk about Andy Ruiz Jr. and Anthony Joshua, the rematch, in a makeshift arena in Saudi Arabia. I am so excited for this. Obviously, we all know the story. Andy Ruiz takes the fight on a month's notice, takes the original fight on a month's notice against Joshua in June in Madison Square Garden. Pretty competitive for the first 2 rounds, and I believe in the 3rd or the 4th round, Joshua knocks down Ruiz. Ruiz comes back, knocks Joshua down twice in that round. We go on. Ruiz from that point, from that original knockdown where he put Joshua down, I'm pretty sure it was pretty much just domination. Like, he wasn't getting knocked down really until the final round, but he was just, not Joshua, Ruiz was winning pretty much all the exchanges, if I remember correctly. And just a great performance. It wasn't like a puncher's chance thing. It wasn't like Hazeem Rockman knocking out Lennox Lewis or something. He just dominated from that original knockdown. But you can argue that Joshua was concussed and he really didn't get to show his skill set after that.
I mean, there's a lot of factors that if people talked about, still now.
Absolutely.
In that fight, we don't know 100% what's true, what's not true. What we do know is what happened in the ring. And shit, I mean, that's what we all got to talk about, right?
Yeah. So obviously, after that original knockdown, he just put it on him, and in I believe the 7th round, TKO, he knocked him down twice. The referee asked Joshua if he wanted to continue, and Joshua did not answer, and waved it off, and now we're back. We are back here December 7th in Saudi Arabia. They said they wanted it on neutral territory, so they put it out in the middle of the fucking dunes, where it's in the middle of the day, and I saw a rumor, it's from the Daily Mail, which if you know anything about Daily Mail, take it with a grain of salt. They said Joshua's going to make $85 million from this.
Holy fuck.
But I normally would be inclined not to believe it, but Saudi Arabia, people don't realize how much money they have. So, I mean, he was going to get paid a bunch from this to begin with. They said Andy was going to get like $15 million.
Also got to realize, a lot of financial people who live in Saudi Arabia aren't originally from Saudi Arabia, they're from neighboring countries like Kuwait, Qatar, and so on and so forth. They come who are very wealthy as well.
Yeah, but Saudi Arabia has a lot of money and they're going through this thing right now where they're trying to get more culture. They're trying to become more culture, and they're trying to become more of a first world country in terms of culture. Like, I noticed that they're bringing WWE over there more often, which that's not really a culture thing in the U.S. anymore, but whatever. They're bringing a big boxing match. I saw they have this, UFC's not going over to Saudi Arabia specifically, but they're going over to the Middle East, and Saudi Arabia's bringing, they're having this week, I think it's called, Saudi Vision 2020 or something, but they're having, a big, music artist coming over, and they're having, a festival. So they're trying to become more cultured, and paying for big fights like this is a way to do it. Listen, now we can get into the actual X's and O's of this fight. And to me, the big thing is Ruiz too out of shape? Because he's looking like Buster Douglas after Douglas knocked out Tyson. Because he put on...
He's looking like Prince Nassim Muhammad after boxing now.
Yeah, he's looking... Okay, because you guys don't know... I'm glad that we waited until after weigh-ins to do this podcast. I'm glad we didn't do it on Wednesday or something. But he weighed in at 283.7. In case you did not know, he weighed in at 268 for the original one, and this is after all of the talk about him coming in slim. After all the talk about him losing weight and being in 250, 260. He weighed in, it's worth noting, for the Joseph Parker fight he weighed in at 255, and now he's weighing in at 283.7. It's worth noting that Joshua weighed in 237, which is 10 pounds lighter than the original fight. But Ruiz, this is the second highest weight for a championship fight. It comes in second place only to one Nikolai Valuev. If you guys know anything about Valuev, he was a 7'1" monster who's proof that we come from Neanderthals. Valuev was a monster, but he was 7'1". And Andy Ruiz is a very, 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 very generous 6'2". And I know Angel's probably say it's because he stood standing next to Anthony Joshua, but he looks short compared to everybody. So,
I mean, there's no doubt about him looking small.
So yeah, he does not look in shape at all based off the weigh-ins. He didn't take off his shirt, so we didn't get to see a topless Andy Ruiz like we all wanted to. But he did weigh in 15 pounds heavier. Listen, man, it's hard, man. It's hard after seeing that to really pick him. And I was fully on board. I really thought Andy Ruiz was going to come in and just get the rematch done, because I've never been high on Anthony Joshua. I know we talked about this before the podcast, actually, we started doing this, but we both weren't particularly high on Joshua to begin with, because I know we talked about boxing before Joshua lost, and I'm pretty sure we both ranked Joshua below Fury and Wilder.
At least at the time when he came to that higher echelon of boxers, in that heavyweight division.
And it's not hate, because he has a lot of good wins, but just, I think that his chin is not all there, and he's not as good as other people at keeping the range. And I don't know, there's just little things I don't like with Joshua compared to the higher echelon, because absolutely he's top 3, top 5, something like that. Like, of course, the guy's a former world champion.
Granted, the two guys ahead of him are like extremely just anomalies.
All-time greats.
Yeah, like they have things that are just untouchable, like the power of Deontay, and then Tyson, the skills just to outbox people, just the defense, the awkwardness, the wittiness, everything.
Yeah. But I'm just, after seeing the weight, I'm like, but then also, I think there's one really big thing to take away from the weights, and it's that Joshua weighed in 10 pounds lighter as well. To me, that makes everything kind of too weird, because if Joshua weighed in at like 247 like he did for the original one, I'd be like, oh damn man, Andy's out of shape. That's not a good weight for him. But now he's gonna have 50 pounds on Joshua, and that if he's trying to go in there and muscle him around, he could probably do that. Absolutely, he could. But to me, it's all about he needs to keep the range. He needs to keep Ruiz far away from him. And I think if he wants to do anything, that's what he needs to do.
But 100%. I think, sorry to interrupt you, quick thing though. I think it's all going to be dependent of who dictates the fight, like who chooses how the fight's going to be fought. If Andy's going to be like, this is my fight, we're going to fight in the pocket constantly, or Josh will be like, I'm going to keep you at a distance the entire time. I think it's going to be dependent of that. Whoever fights the fight they want, or makes the other person fight the fight they want, will be the winner, 100%.
Absolutely. Wholeheartedly agree on that. But to me, I think the weight's going to be too much. I really think it's going to be. I'm taking Anthony Joshua. I think he's focused. I think he looks honed in. I thought he had too much muscle. He no longer looks like a Greek god. Like, he still looks amazing shape, but he does not look like he's chiseled out of stone like he did for the original. I thought he put too much muscle on. But right now, I think he has a good mix of muscle, and he's leaner too. So I think that he's in the right shape right now. I think he's in the right mindset. And if you looked at, I was a little bit disappointed, like, after Andy Ruiz won, and you saw all of the stuff about, like, for his birthday, he spent, like, $100,000 hire, like, catering and sushi and paying for ladies of the night at his mansion. And here's an actual quote from Andy Ruiz. I bought 4 cars, 2 types of Mercedes G-Wagons, a brand new Rolls Royce, a Lamborghini truck, an SUV, and I also bought a mom and dad a truck. He also bought a mansion, and he bought his mom a house. So he has the same exact weight gain in terms of pounds from Buster Douglas to the Holyfield KO loss, like after he beat Tyson. I just think I don't think his mind's completely in the game. And that's a normal thing for a lot of fighters after they get that big win to not be fully invested because they have everything they could possibly want anymore. He's going to get paid out the ass for this one too.
Shit, we'll see, dude. We'll see. I mean, 100%, man. And to be honest, and like we said in the original fight, I mean, and he mentioned it afterwards. I mean, people doubted him because of the weight, because of how he looked originally. And I mean, we're doing the same thing again. And who knows? He might be doing it as a statement, just like, you know something, guys? You guys don't think I can fight bigger? Fuck you guys.
But I am doubting him because of his recent weight gain. Because, like, at a certain point it becomes too much. I'm not even talking about completely about the weight gain. I'm talking about his mind not completely being in the fight.
I mean, we'll have to see. He's definitely in it, though. He's definitely not out of it. Mentally, he's there. Same with Joshua. They're both there. They're both 100% there. No one seems overly distracted on fight week. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're both there. They're both hyping it up. They're both excited. Joshua's super focused, more focused than he was last time around, 100% in my opinion. Ruiz is there. He's hyping it up. He's excited. He's ready. He's feeling it.
I would love to see Ruiz get the win. Because to me, I think, I don't know, man. I would love to see him get the win, and I would love to see him go up against Fury and Wilder. And I really feel like if it doesn't happen,
it'd be Usyk. Usyk's the mandatory.
Yeah, but come on.
Oh yeah, I know. Usyk's the mandatory, but that'd be the next fight. Usyk would be the next fight after this. I
hope not.
He's a mandatory.
I know he's the mandatory, but I'd rather see, because they don't have to go by the mandatory.
I mean, you could. I mean, unless they're like, well, drop the belt. You know what I mean? Which would suck.
Yeah, which I could see that. I could totally see them just.
Which would suck because then unification would take a little longer. Because as it stands right now, Wilder wants to beat Fury and then unify after that, which he's going to fight whoever's going to win after this fight. And Usyk's just waiting on the sidelines, which, I mean, Usyk, when it comes to heavyweight, it's not like, no heat to him, obviously. He's in there, but he hasn't fought heavyweights of high caliber yet.
Yeah. But, yeah, man, I want to know your pick. Who do you got?
Fuck, dude, a lot of people have Joshua going into this one. Obviously, a lot of factors coming into it. Like I said, it'd be dependent on a lot of things. I think either one could beat, one or the other. Maybe we'll see a different Joshua. I mean, I'm going to stick with Andy. Andy won the first time around. We doubted him. We're doubting him again. And I'm not going to doubt him twice. So I got Andy on the second fight. I don't know how it'll end, but I got Andy. Andy just winning the fight. I don't know how, but he's winning it.